Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. And that's your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Welcome back from timcast.com. I've been using this a lot lately. His website's really starting to come around. Now, I'm not friends with Tim. I don't make any money off of Tim by supporting him. I do pay monthly membership, though, to him, and I think it's worth it, actually, just for the after-hours show. He has his show on 8 to 10, Monday through Friday nights on YouTube. And things he can't say on YouTube, he has on his site with the same guest. Steve Bannon was particularly interesting. So I think it's worth it just for that. Plus, I'm a political junkie. And I, in a way, kind of model my channel after Tim. I'll never be as successful as him, but one can always hope. Let's read on. Former White House doctor turned Texas Congressman Ronnie Jackson issued a dire warning about the state of Joe Biden's mental health over the weekend, saying the commander-in-chief needs a cognitive exam now to determine his fitness for office. Jackson did not hold back as he took to Twitter demanding that the president has completely lost it. Now, I'm going to call, and that's just me. I mean, I'm a small channel. What the hell? But as a American citizen, I think Joe Biden should step down. Don't do the 25th Amendment. I think that makes our country look weak. Joe Biden makes it look weak enough, let alone doing that. But I say that with no joy. I'm a Trump supporter. I'm not going to lie about it. I still am to this day. I'm a former city council member in upstate New York in the early 2000s, former Democrat, then Republican now. And I take no joy. Why? Kamala Harris will be president of the United States. You got to be kidding, right? I'll use some of my sound effects for that one. Yeah. If that doesn't scare the bejesus out of you, I don't know what will. But the fun part will be when, well, temporarily, this is even, my family, my father's side is all Italians. The Italians will understand this. This talking about what I'm going to say next gives me agita. Until they find a replacement vice president, Nancy Pelosi is the next in line for the presidency. And if you think I take joy in that, you are sadly mistaken. Not only take joy, scares the crap out of me. Now, I'm a partisan Republican, I'm not going to lie. But if there's the old school Democrats, the old school liberals, not the progressive leftists, I love to have conversations with them. And I used to talk about legislation on city council when I was here in upstate New York years ago. And I have no problem with a sincere old school liberal. No question at all. Person believes what he says or she says, and we're just trying to work out a compromise on a piece of legislation or a budget item or whatever. I had no issue. You can't compromise with these people. They're crazy. Absolutely crazy. So I take no joy in having the number one and the number two with the nuclear codes and commander-in-chief of the strongest military in the world. I have no joy saying that. But I still call for him to step down. Now, as a anti-progressive, I even say that on my YouTube page, Joe Biden stayed in office would do world of good for the Republican Party and the chances for the Republicans to take over next year in the midterms, and then 2024 for the presidency and another set of congressional elections. Let him stay there. The longer he's there, the more he'll screw up. But Sometimes you got to think of your country first. In a way, it depends. Some people might think leaving Joe Biden in there will help the Republicans, will help the country. So it just depends on your point of view. It's embarrassing. Okay, let's read on. The congressman was referring to an interaction between Biden and a reporter in which he changed the subject from defunding the police to sucking blood out of kids. Other people in the Democrat Party who wanted to defund the police, yelled one journalist. And he leaned over and said, are there people in the Republican Party who think we're sucking blood out of kids, responded the president. I know what he meant, but this is way, way over the line. Yeah, both sides. The progressives, way, nut bar, batshit crazy side, which is, by the way, about half of them, believe all kinds of crazy stuff. Yes, and there's a small percent on the right that believe there's a cabal of Democrats that sacrifice children probably in an altar of Satan. Who the hell knows? Yeah, there's probably a few. A tiny, tiny percent, though, compared to Democrats. So what he was trying to say is that it's just a myth. It's a fantasy. It's some fever dream nonsense. Well, we know it's not true because dozens and dozens of congressional members, Democrats, all screamed to defund the police. They supported all the rioting. I'm not going to say it's protesting. The rioting that happened last year, and still goes on to a certain extent, from BLM, Antifa, defund the police. He never went against it. Just recently, he started pushing back a little. But he can't push back too far because he brought these progressives with him to win. Even though they represent 1 out of 5 Democrats, without them, the Democrats are doomed. Ronnie Jackson, former doctor to President Obama. Now, he's a Republican, so, he got to be full of crap. Maybe he's not. Our cities are exploding with drugs and violence because of Democrat defund the police policies, and the greater uniter, Joe Biden, deflects to talk about sucking blood out of kids. He's completely lost it. Needs a cognitive exam now. It's sad. It really is. Let's play it.
Not defunding the police. We have not. Not defunding the police. We have not.
Are there people who, in the Democratic Party, who want to defund the president?
Are there people in the Republican Party who think we're sucking the blood out of kids?
I'm not sure. Are there people in the Democratic Party who want to defund the president?
We're not defunding the police. We have not.
Are there people?
Okay. You can make up your own mind. In fact, I'm going to play it again because I'm a jerk.
Who in the Democratic Party who want to defund the president?
Are there people in the Republican Party who think we're sucking the blood out of kids?
I'm not sure. Are there people in the Democratic Party who want to defund the president?
Okay. And there it is. Jackson made similar comments after watching the president's televised town hall event in CNN last week. Where are the people in our academic medicine that were out there calling for President Trump to have a cognitive test? Where are these people, Jackson said. There's something seriously going on with this man right now. And I think that he's either gonna resign. They're going to convince him to resign from office at some point in the near future for medical issues, or they're going to have to use the 25th Amendment to get rid of this man right now. There's some serious stuff going on right now. This is a national security issue at this point, he added. Last month, Jackson and a dozen Republican House members released a letter calling on Biden to take a mental health exam, as President Trump did after taking office. The American people deserve full transparency on the mental capabilities of their highest elected leader, the Republicans wrote. Let's take a look at the latest gaffe from Joe Biden. This is the latest gaffe from Joe Biden. On July 22nd, 2021, a meandering and seemingly nonsensical quote supposedly spoken by U.S. President Joe Biden started circulating on social media. Now, this is during his CNN town hall where Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson says Don Lemon was basically the MC and the coach of President Biden. When he was forgetting words like the FDA, and several times he bailed them out. What a reporter. And this is a quote now from Joe Biden during that town hall meeting. And the question is whether or not we should be in a position where why can't the experts say we know that this virus is in fact is going to be, or excuse, we know why all the drugs approved are not temporarily approved but permanently approved. That's underway too. I mince words all the time. I mix words up. I'm 64. I did it 40 years ago too. It's part of the human condition. Depends how tired you are, how fast you're reading, what the word is. In all fairness, all you Biden voters out there, this is what you voted for, remember. This is what you voted for. Now, Joe Biden's going to be gone soon one way or another. Kamala Harris is going to be president. Remember, all you Democrats out there, Kamala Harris, if memory serves me right, couldn't get more than 5% in the Democratic primary. So even you Democrats out there still rejected her. Okay? None of the candidates were worth a damn, frankly. Some were worth more than others, I'm not going to lie. But you rejected her, and you had good reason to reject her. She is going to be president of the United States one way or another. And those of you out there that said, well, I didn't really think it through, and I just hated Trump, and he tweeted too much, and he's an ass, and he's arrogant, and he lies. He says bad things about Mexicans. He doesn't like women. He's racist. He's homophobe. He's transphobe. He's blah, 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 blah. He's going to destroy the earth. He doesn't believe in climate change. He's crazy. He's nuts. He's a dictator. You know what? Shut the F up. This is what you voted for. A man, and I say this with no joy, that's towards the end of his life. It happens to all of us if we live long enough. Slowly our mind starts to go. It's sad, but in this case, it's dangerous. Why? Because he has the nuclear codes. He is the commander-in-chief of the strongest military in the world and the leader of the free world with a country with the biggest economy in the world. This isn't Uncle Joe from Petticoat Junction, okay? He is now the president. And the people that are behind him, who really is the president, do they get along with Kamala Harris? I'll be respectful and say Vice President Harris. Do they? We don't know who's running the country. We really don't. Unseen, unelected, unaccountable to anybody. But she's going to be president. And then the real fun is going to begin for all you political junkies like me that like to watch the stupidity of the infighting amongst the progressives. They're going to put somebody up for vice president, and it's going to have to be okayed by Congress and the Senate. That's going to be fun. Remember they did the Kavanaugh? Remember that? I hope they get it, but reverse. Well, say out there, John, us conservative people, you're a conservative person. Why would you say that? We're above that kind of thing. You know what? Too bad. Stop bringing a knife to a gunfight. Go after them every single inch. Do what they do. And they're very successful. Why would you not want to copy them? Because in the end, the prize is the Constitution in this republic. So, President Biden, I take no joy in saying this. It's time for you to go, Joe. And I wish you Godspeed in the rest of your life. You've done a lot of really crappy things in your time as government, as senator and vice president, especially senator. You're going to have to answer a lot of things to your maker at the end. But that's none of my business. That's between you and him. And I hope that you get a little bit of joy out of your life in the end. You certainly got enough money for free for doing nothing to do it, so might as well. Maybe you can give some money to Hunter. You don't have to sell any more paintings anymore for $500,000. And until next time, folks, goodbye and good luck.